Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Kirtan, Shri Kirtan, Shri Kirtan. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Later. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Do it nicely.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Next part, no? Keep going.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And the devotee, how to increase the bhakti within our society. So it got to the point, you know, in India, you travel on the train, isn't it? There's a gap. Look, there's a gap. Old lady looks at you, looks at the gap. She's sitting there. Then she looks at her husband, and then by the end of the day, you're on the bloody ground. And you go, how did that happen? So I've experienced that many times. Actually, one time there was a beggar on the train going door to door, and she had all this Lakshmi, and she came up to me and said, this is off the track, bakshish, or give us a donation. I said, no, you give it to me, bakshish. She gave me the lot. I freaked out. She gave me all of her collection. Then she come back a half an hour later, says, I need it back. And the people sitting around me, you can't give it back. You're giving it to devotee, who's giving it to Krishna. So then, that's traveling. So the room started off like this. Then people would come to the door and see a gap. And then, I'd look at Tamal and he'd look at me and go, no one else can get in here. Another 10 came, another 20 came, another 30 came. So it got to the point that it was so packed, we had to take it down to the Garanga Hall. So that was the beginning of the official. I was just looking at some photos the other day of the Kirtan meal in Mayapur. So ecstatic, so ecstatic. So many devotees chanting and dancing, and not big charismatic Kirtan leaders, just local boys leading. No Bibi Govinda, no Shivaram Niranjana, no one to do Maharaj. Just your so-called file and rank devotees, but the whole temple was just surcharged with Prem or Harinam Sankirtan. What else? And then of course, when we were leaving Mayapur, Maharaj was going to leave with Kṛṣṇa Maharaj.
Yeah, they decided to go earlier.
Yeah, but he decided to go earlier. And I think there was some protest or something in Calcutta or something.
Oh, the truck strike.
The truck strike.
Truck strike.
So Tamal says, well, I'm not going today. I'm going on whenever it was, Friday. So Friday was my wife's birthday. So she says, I'll go and ask Tamāla if we can go together. Oh, what do you want to do that for? I just want to get out of here. Anyway, it's your birthday. And so we asked Tamāla, he says, sure, we'll all go together. So I just wanted to bring up that point because there's some controversy of what actually happened. So we were chanting Hare Krishna. We were chanting. There wasn't any what's going on, what's happening. We were chanting. We were talking about we were going to come here in Kartik. We were planning, actually, we're going to spend 2 months in Kartik, myself, my wife, and himself. We're going to go deeper into chanting because he knew we were attracted to chanting. So when Tamal left his body, do they leave their bodies, Goswamis?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Tamal was so unique. Krishna goes, look, you can just do what you want, okay?
No,
So-
even problem.
Yeah, so Tamal, when he left his body, we were chanting. So any rumors you might hear, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
I was there, sitting behind the driver. My wife was beside me. Tamal was in front. We were turning around talking about Nam Sankirtan. We were chanting. We were talking of come to Mayapur. So anything you hear apart from that is completely bogus, because I was there. So that was an amazing situation. And when we were in the hospital, it was really far out because Jayapataka Maharaj, who had so much clout with the local authorities, they wanted to do a full autopsy because when a sannyasi dies in India, they think it could be poisoning, they think it conspiracy. So they want to see if he was poisoned or his kidneys were removed or whatever. But he got real fast. He got a letter from the governor or something. So he only had to do, a little autopsy like that. So when we were sitting on the bus, ready to come back to Mayapur, by that time, the whole village had come around the temple. The hospital. The whole village was mind-blowing. And then they says, you're not going until we have darshan of your Guru Maharaj. So by that time, Tamal was on the bus. That means the whole village would have had to come on the bus, and we wanted to get Tamal back before sunrise, isn't it? Before sunrise, you do the rituals and so on and so forth. So I think it was Shivaram Maharaj, he goes, just turn Tamal round and have his feet at the back window, and everyone becomes satisfied. So, such a simple thing, but you know what, it could be like a riot. Shake the van, tip the van over, it could be like a riot like that. So yeah, I only have incredible sweet memories. So potent, he was so potent. It was just mind-blowing just to be in his presence. So we all used to love Tamal, love morning walks with Tamal, love taking prasadam with Tamal. Am I right to call him Tamal? I got disciples here, right?
Exactly.
So bathing in the Ganga, chanting, in Latoka, we would go down to the beachfront and walk up and down and do our japa. And he was another one who was riding into Nam Sankirtan. And for Kīrtana, he just played the gong. It was a gonga. But nothing but ecstasy. We're so privileged within this incredible movement, the movement that's going back to Godhead. Just think if we weren't here and we didn't have the association of these great devotees, even all yourself, you're great devotees of the Supreme Lord. So imagine if we didn't have an ISKCON and we didn't have this association. It's just a waste of time even thinking about it. Actually, don't think about it. Just be here now. Be here and now and and be part of this incredible Sankirtan movement. It's a movement. Do you know what movement means? You keep moving. So if you're stopped, something's wrong. I was hassling some of the leaders of India this time. They were in front of the deities, and I was pushing them, and I said, it's a movement. Keep moving. and after 4 or 5 days, they go, oh, I've got it now, mate. We're a movement. We'll just keep moving. So to be in this incredible movement, the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and be gifted through just by the mercy of Prabhupada and the previous acharyas, to have such wonderful association, it's just incredible. It's just unbelievable. So enjoy it. You're not going to find anything better. There's nothing better, And then, you got people like Kṛṣṇa Maharaj is here, and I don't know about any other senior devotees here. You've got the trees here, Braj, you've got the dust, Tamal's here. Another thing happened was, who was the Maharaj that was running the place there?
Which place?
Here.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
not Keshava Bharati.
Yeah, I know. No, it was Keshava.
Oh, you were talking about
Yeah.
Keshava Bharati.
Yeah, so we were talking about, he was saying, well, there should be 2 samadhis. He says, but you can't have a samadhi for your wife. So I said, I've got this idea. What do you think about it? He says, just go in there and don't tell anyone. So I lifted up this plate, the Tamal's on, and I put some of the remnants from my wife. So don't tell anyone. It's between me and you. And he was happy with that. I was happy with that. Because even though my wife was initiated by Indaduna Maharaj, she had this incredible, more intellectual relationship with Tamal. So there was that Shiksha connection. And she used to say, I want to be the secretary of Tamal. So Tamal went to Tamal Loka, and my wife is up there dictating. on the. Do they have iPads up there or wherever they are? No? Anyhow, that's my 2 bobs worth about Tamal. Fantastic. I can't express the gratitude and pleasure of having his association. He would be one of my, great inspirations in this Sankirtan movement. And any rumors you hear about him, you can make rumors about anyone when they die. If you're going to make rumors about me, make it now while I'm alive so I can counteract it. Don't wait till I die, okay? So, Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Jai Jai Sri Giriraj Maharaj ki. We won't do the Radhi Radhi.
You don't know that story?
No.
All right. While Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was getting ready, I have 2 more stories.
I remember, yeah.
While Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was getting ready to leave Mayapur, he went to see the deities, of course, and then we have this Garuda deity outside the temple of Mayapur,
I remember.
and he said, today you're going to be taking me. You don't know that story.
No, I was in the car.
Oh, you were in the car at that
Yeah.
time, but he said, today you'll be taking me. So there was some understanding.
Yeah.
And just another point about his being really potent and heavy, that I experienced him on the GBC, during the GBC meeting. And we often had to take votes on different subject matters, and there were people who didn't vote the same as him. And so he had this stare. As we went around the room, raising your hands, yay, nay, whatever it is. And so at one point, my God, Brother Narayan Maharaj said, while we're taking votes, Tamal, you have to turn around and face the other direction. Because it was scary, even for his godbrothers, just like, oh my God, if looks could kill, if you vote in the wrong direction, you die at that moment. But that's how heavy it was potent. You had to listen to him, whatever he said. I mean, it was just like amazing devotee. I mean, just like, yeah, that GBC experience was was amazing. Some, especially with him and Badri Narayan Maharaj, they would really be at it. Oh my God. Anyway, no more stories. Okay, all glories. Prabhupada and so on.
Okay, devotees, any other devotee you would like to glorify? Any Mataji? Any Prabhuji? In case there is no one, then I'll glorify them. But in case there is someone, please come.
Here's the mic.
Here's the mic.
Yes,
No devotee, Mataji, Prabhuji?
We're all Matajis in Vrindavan.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
There's no males.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So Tamal Maharaj, his name was Thomas earlier, before he got initiated. And he was into music with his friend Mark. And first time when he saw Srila Prabhupada, so Srila Prabhupada's eyes were moistened. And when he saw, first meeting, Srila Prabhupada's eyes, his heart was really melted. And he thought that Srila Prabhupada is asking him to surrender. First meeting, he thought that maybe he's wanting me to surrender. So first time when he attended his Kirtan, that Kirtan echoed in his heart for a long time. Even when he was sleeping, he would still feel that Kirtan. So at that time, he was also in touch with other philosophers because by nature, he was very philosophical. So he would go to different people to listen philosophy. But he would see that other speakers are quite abstract, not very logical and sensible. They were all having very theoretical content. But Srila Prabhupada would give very logical, sensible, scientific, authentic content. And he would get very satisfactory answers from Srila Prabhupada. So he would go to this person, his name was Ron Limerick. So he would go to listen to him earlier. But, and he would also teach some kind of meditation. This Ron person, he would also teach some kind of meditation. And after that impersonal meditation, everyone was so bored with that meditation that in the middle of the session, Thomas, at that time, Tamal, he said, so we have tried this meditation. Let's try that Hare Krishna meditation also of Swami Prabhupada. And then everyone got him in the middle of the session and then went to Srila Prabhupada. Now this person, Ron Limerick, was planning to have him as a successor, that after me, Thomas would be the successor. But here Thomas, he took everyone to Swami Prabhupada for Hare Krishna meditation. So even though he would do some kind of, in the beginning, some impersonal meditation, but in the heart was always this ringing of Hare Krishna Mahamantra by Srila Prabhupada. And this way everyone, many devotees, they came in touch with Srila Prabhupada because of him. And then once he came to know that we should clean the temple, and when we clean the temple, our heart gets purified. He said, wow, that's such a unique idea to clean our hearts. And then he started cleaning the utensils, cleaning the floor. He would do that. And everyone in the temple would be really amazed by his service attitude. That what kind of service attitude he is. He's so new, he's not initiated, but he is ready to do all these menial services. So wonderful. So in this way, he was inspirational for everyone. And he would see that other speakers, other teachers, they say, come to our center and then you can do meditation. But Swami Srila Prabhupada, he says, anywhere you can chant Hare Krishna and anywhere you can be in touch with Krishna. So his idea of meditation is more practical. We don't have to come to the center and do meditation. Of course, that is best. But otherwise also we can do meditation anywhere and everywhere. So in this way, his heart was getting more and more connected to Srila Prabhupada. So first time when he came to the devotees community, he met Jayanand Prabhu. Jayanand Prabhu was very hard-working temple president. And when he saw that Jayanand Prabhu would do anything and everything, being a temple president, even cleaning the floor, cleaning the dustbin, doing management services, and he would also work outside so that he can earn money to maintain the temple. This was very impressive. Usually those who are full-timers, they don't work outside, have a job, earn money, get salary, and with salary they maintain temple. This is very unusual. But he was really impressed by Jayanand Prabhu. That how can somebody be so humble? But then he could see that a disciple is so humble. Why? Because he belongs to a perfect master. A perfect disciple is from a perfect master. And he would take a lot of inspiration from his chanting. Like Jayanant Prabhu, he would chant with a lot of absorption, a lot of prayer. He would have his hands joined together, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. And then he would also see Thomas at that time, that what kind of absorption is this? What an amazing deep chanting. So he also started emulating the same gesture. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he started experiencing more rasa in chanting. Earlier there was rasa, but since in the gesture also there was sincerity, and that was very contagious, that kind of rasa experience. So in this way he got attached to chanting more and more. So earlier he was staying with some people outside, and sometimes he would come to the temple to attend Kirtan, do some seva, attend the Aarti, and then he would see that actually I go there just to sleep. Most of my time I spend in the temple itself. So how about joining? So earlier he had changed his place of residence with Mark to another place, but both of them were thinking that we spend most of our time in the Hare Krishna devotees. We only go to our place of residence just to sleep. So why don't we join then full time? And then both of them decided that we should join full time. But one thing was little about which he was little hesitant was head shave. And we have to do head shave. But he said, but anyways, when we are joining, so head shave would symbolize our full surrender. So let's do head shave. And then once head shave was done, and then Tamal Maharaj, at that time Thomas, he and Mark, both of them, they came to Srila Prabhupada. He said, yes, now they are completely devotees, fully surrendered. And then when Srila Prabhupada said, now you're fully surrendered. So then he recalled those days that when he met Srila Prabhupada first time with his moist eyes, and those eyes as if he was asking him that you should completely surrender. And this was the day. So in this way he joined full time, and he would ask different kind of questions. Especially he asked about what happens to an unsuccessful yogi. And then Srila Prabhupada said, same question was asked by Arjuna to Lord Krishna. And then he gave the same answer which Krishna gave to Arjuna. That is, he was very impressed. And this way he would give different answers. And one day Srila Prabhupada was talking about spiritual world. Now he was very much interested that how come there is another world apart from this world which is spiritual world. And once he was addressing the hippies, Srila Prabhupada was addressing the hippies. So he said, spiritual world. So somebody asked, so what is spiritual world? He said, spiritual world means ocean of LSD. So wow, we have to go to this place which is ocean of LSD. Now for Thomas at that time, Tamal Maharaj, so he could see that what high quality teachability is there in Srila Prabhupada. He is able to relate to the audience so nice because they can't understand what is spiritual world. They can't even differentiate between matter, what is matter. Matter does not matter, what matters is spirit. But they can't understand even matter, what to speak of spirit. So he would educate in a way which is very connecting to the audience. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj would also teach in a similar way. So he was following the same succession. Like there was one mathematics teacher. He came to the class of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. And then he said, so what's the difference between Radha Krishna affair and this Romeo Juliet affair? He said, in mathematics, there is right angle, there is obtuse angle, and there is acute angle. In acute angle or obtuse angle, there is strain. But in right angle, 90 degree, there is no strain. So Radha Krishna Leela, there is no strain. That is Rasa Leela. But the phenomenon of this world between girlfriend and boyfriend, there is always some strain. Acute angle or obtuse angle. So there is ultimately there is acute pain. So he could see the great teachability in Srila Prabhupada. In this way, Thomas was really inspired by him. So both of them, they proposed their names for initiation. So Mark got the name Vishnujan Das. Later on, he became Vishnujan Swami. And he got this name Tamāla Kṛṣṇa Das. Both of them, they got such sweet names. And then he was about to leave for New York. But then he was saying that I haven't been with Srila Prabhupada, and now I have to leave his association. That would be so difficult. But then that very day, when he was about to leave, and he was still in a fix whether I should go or not, that day Srila Prabhupada told about the loving affairs of Krishna and the gopis. He said the gopis, they served Krishna, they loved Krishna and with the feelings of separation. And feeling of separation is even greater than the feeling of union. He said, oh. And this way he could move to New York, but with the same feeling. That okay, this feeling of separation is so wonderful. Separation makes a heart grow fonder, as they say. So my heart for Srila Prabhupada will also grow fonder by being separated from Srila Prabhupada. But he had this great desire to serve Srila Prabhupada, although physically separated, but I should serve Srila Prabhupada. He had this desire. So the temple president told him that Srila Prabhupada used neem sticks for brushing his teeth. So you can arrange for neem sticks. Now in USA to get neem stick was something difficult to do. So what to do then? So he got another 6 eucalyptus sticks. That I should send for Srila Prabhupada. And for that Maharaj went to jungle. Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, he went to jungle, he found out eucalyptus, authentic eucalyptus, he got it authorized that yes, this is eucalyptus. And then those sticks, he bundled them together and couriered to Srila Prabhupada. So even in separation, he had this feeling of service to Srila Prabhupada. So at that time, since the brahmacharis would work, so in the morning he would chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds, and after coming from his job, he would chant 16 rounds. That means he would chant every day 32 rounds. At that time when he was brahmachari but working outside to get money for the temple. So at that time he was working in Kodak chemical factory where they would do the development of the films. So he would do. And Vishnujan Maharaj, at that time Vishnujan Prabhu, at that time he would have flute making thing. He would make different kind of musical instruments and he would sell. He would often go to hippies and sell flute. And hippies would hardly have money. So he would give them discount. Okay, give 50%. You don't have 50%. Okay, 80% discount. Okay, 90% discount. Okay, you take free. So temple president would ask him, you do not get much money. Vishnujan, how come? How much flutes do you give free? He said, well, 80%. I said, 80%, that's why we are not getting any money. So Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, he was also working in this Kodak factory. And the money which he would get, he would spend most of the money in prasadam distribution. Some money for the temple and some money for prasadam distribution. So temple president asked him that, Tamal Kṛṣṇa Prabhu, you also get very less money for temple. What do you do with money? He said, I do some prasadam distribution at my workplace. He said, okay, so what to do as we are getting less money for temple maintenance? So then this letter went to Srila Prabhupada that Srila Prabhupada, how to maintain the temple. He said, okay, leave everything. All these full-time devotees, they should just go out for Sankirtan. Harinam Sankirtan. Wow, that's so wonderful. So Vishnujan Prabhu at that time and Tamal Kṛṣṇa Prabhu at that time, they decided, okay, that we should go out and we should do Harinam Sankirtan. And Srila Prabhupada said, there should also be book distribution along with that. So Vishnujan Prabhu, would you do that? He said, yes, I'm a musician. I'm very happy to do this Kirtan. Wonderful, great. Then Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj said, he is a musician. He is very good in doing Kirtan, but he is very bad in management. I am good in management. So I will manage the Sankirtan, but he can do Kirtan. So in this way, their team was so very strong. They did amazing amount of services. In fact, they would do dramas on street dramas to attract the attention of people, and then they would preach. So both of them are wearing 3-piece suit, walking on the streets. And then all of a sudden, Vishnujan Swami, he would have a pistol on Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. He said, hands up, yeah. And then everyone around, they would be stunned. What's happening? And then, ta! And then Maharaj would fall on the ground. And, oh! And then Maharaj would get up. So, everyone, who died? The soul or the body? And then he would start, okay, we are not the body, we are soul. And in this way, they would start educating the masses. In this way, they had those street dramas. Vishnujan Maharaj and Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. But yes, this party was really very, very successful. Then after 6 months, they planned for Gayatri. That we should also get Gayatri initiation from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was teaching them, okay, now say, so this Om, Bhuva, Prachodayat, Vidmahe, Dhimahi. But somehow both of them were struggling to pronounce the words exactly as they are meant to be. And then one devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, they can't, Srila Prabhupada said, you are useless. So sorry, Srila Prabhupada, our pronunciation is imperfect. And then Srila Prabhupada said, but your renunciation is perfect. And then he said, okay, try your level best to chant Gayatri as much as you can. But in this way, they got Gayatri. And then Srila Prabhupada said, as per Bhagavad Gita, a Brahmana should have the qualities of self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. There's no word pronunciation mentioned for a Brahmana. So anyways, your pronunciation is okay, try your level best. But yes, you have all of these different qualities, so you deserve it. And at that time, devotees would struggle to get a place to stay. Where to stay? Because they had one temporary place, they had to leave that place and find out another place. And Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj would go to different people and request, can the devotee stay at your place just for maybe a couple of days? In this way, they were searching for a place to stay. Finally, they got a place which was La Seneca Church. So there they got a place to stay. Once he was there with Srila Prabhupada, and then Srila Prabhupada made very special laddus known as lugudu. And said, Tamal Krishna, please come, I have got very special prasadam for you. And then once he got this prasadam inside his mouth, he was really flabbergasted. He was so joyful, ecstatic. He said, Srila Prabhupada, what is this? And then Srila Prabhupada said, Tamal Krishna, that's lugudu. What is lugudu? He said, these are very special laddus made by Mother Yashoda for Krishna. In this way, Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was super impressed that my Guru Maharaj knows the recipes of Mother Yashoda. And how Mother Yashoda cooks for Krishna, he knows that recipe. That's awesome. But yes, he also learned this lugudu. And once he had this Radha Damodar party, he would make lugudus or halwa for the devotees who would come back after doing book distribution. He would make for the devotees. And he was the one who got maximum thank yous from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada would never say thank you to anyone. He would not appreciate a devotee on his face. Behind, he would appreciate devotee like anything. But on his face, he would not appreciate. That's the way to keep a check on disciples' ego. But Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was the one who got maximum thank yous. Maximum thank yous. Especially for getting different properties. He got thank yous. And although he was serving very diligently in terms of management and preaching, he was very pakka. Somehow he expressed his desire that he wants to get married. He said, you are always serving nicely, so you need not get married. He said, okay, Srila Prabhupada. And then he kept on serving. But yes, after some time he expressed his desire, so Srila Prabhupada said, okay, you get married. So marriage happened, but within 1 year, he expressed a desire to have sannyas. He said, but your marriage has not even completed 1 year. How come you have the desire to take sannyas? He said, okay, Srila Prabhupada. And then he would sit quietly in the class, just looking at Srila Prabhupada, not saying anything, just keep looking at Srila Prabhupada. He would sit outside his room, and then Srila Prabhupada would ask the secretary, why Tamal Krishna is sitting outside the room? He said, I don't know, Srila Prabhupada, but he's just sitting, and he just keeps on sitting. He has got something to say, but he doesn't say. He said, but your wife is such a nice Vaishnavi. She is so beautiful. She is so chaste. She is so intelligent. She is so virtuous. She plays mridanga so nicely. She's such a nice Kīrtaniya. She cooks for the Lord. She has got all these good qualities. So why you want to take sannyas? I said, okay, Srila Prabhupada. After some time, again, why you want to take sannyas? I said, okay, Srila Prabhupada, as you desire. He would not say anything. He would not insist, but he would still be there. He said, but actually we need a lot of preparation before giving sannyas. There should be sannyas danda, there should be sannyas dress, everything should be ready in advance. And he said, Srila Prabhupada, I have already got them ready. Here is sannyas danda, here is the dress. Whenever you see, you could see that he is really ready. He said, but I have to take permission from your wife. Because this was Srila Prabhupada's custom, he would follow this custom. That he would ask the wife, do you have your permission? Your husband wants to take sannyas. Like Gargamuni Prabhu, he said, Srila Prabhupada, I want to take sannyas. He said, the first time to ask your wife. And then he asked the wife, your husband wants to take sannyas. You have your permission? And then she said, you want him? Keep him. She was also very renounced. In present times, who would be there? There can't be such a wife, very rare maybe, who would say, you keep my husband. So finally, by the permission of Madri Mate, she said, okay, in case he wants to take sannyas, and you also have your blessings upon him. Although there were parties, they were saying, no, he should not take sannyas. He is just married. He should not, maybe now, just in a moment, he wants to take sannyas. He said, no, in case he wants to do preaching, he wants to take more responsibility, why not? He should be ready to take, he should be given sannyas. In this way, there were two parties, but after some time, this conflict finally got settled and Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj got sannyas. And then after giving sannyas, Srila Prabhupada said, actually I was testing you. By glorifying your wife, whether you still have attachment or not. So in this way, he would do this. He would test the determination of the devotee. And again, we got this temple in Juhu. One of the reasons was actually Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was taken by Srila Prabhupada to meet Mr. Nair. Somehow devotees in a rustle bustle, they cancelled the contract. Srila Prabhupada said, no, you should not have cancelled the contract. Let us go and have signing of the contract again. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was with him. He said, let's go and talk to Mr. Nair. So Mr. Nair knew that Srila Prabhupada is a very mystical personality. So he also got his guru to act like an armor for him. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj was also there with Srila Prabhupada. And then they keep on talking with each other. So after some time, Mr. Nair says, so Swamiji, maybe you are tired. Maybe you can go and take rest. Then Srila Prabhupada said to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, actually when somebody is tired, then he asks the other person, you must be tired. But actually he himself is tired. He said, okay, you go and take rest. And then both of them, they went to take rest. And then Srila Prabhupada said, Tamal Krishna, silently go. Do not wake up the Guruji. Only wake up Mr. Nair. Silently. Bring him. And then we'll have the new contract. In this way, they got the new contract. And then Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, he got this deity, or Radha Landaneshwar. Actually, there was one Indian businessman, he had Radha Krishna deities, very beautiful deities. And he invited just to come and see the deities. And he thought that he would charge good money for the deities. And Srila Prabhupada was there with Shyam Sundar Prabhu and Tamal Krishna Maharaj. They keep on talking different subjects, but not the deities. He said, Swamiji, what about the deities? Yeah, we'll discuss about that. What about this and your business and this and that, your family, your wife, your children? Swamiji, what about the deities? Yeah, we'll talk about the deities. Yeah. Okay, let's go and see the deities. And then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, Tamal Krishna, lift Radharani. Are you able to lift Radharani? He said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. He said, Shyam Sundar, lift Krishna. Are you able to lift Krishna? He said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. He said, now let's run. He said, so thank you very much. And that businessman said, but actually, no, that's okay. We are such a warm hospitality, amazing. But actually what I want to say, no, nothing to say. It is all complete. Come quickly. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj with Srimati Radharani and Shyam Sundar with Krishna's deities. He said in the car, thank you so much. You have been so kind. We got the deities. May Lord Krishna bless you. May you have a lot of business done. And then Srila Prabhupada kidnapped Radha and Krishna in association with Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So such sweet pastimes are there of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. He had this habit of saying, I know. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Then Srila Prabhupada said, so do you know everything? Why have you come to me then? Then Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, actually by habit I say I know, but actually I want to know. So sometimes he would get chastised by Srila Prabhupada also. Actually everyone was shaking when Tamal Krishna Maharaj is present and everyone is shaking. But when Srila Prabhupada is present, then Tamal Krishna Maharaj was shaking. And that was his reverence and respect for Srila Prabhupada. Once Srila Prabhupada, he was in Rishikesh. And then he said, bring me some water from the Ganges, because the water from the Ganges is very good for health. So bring some water from the Ganges. So one devotee got the lota, and from the corner, from the bank, he got some water. And that had some sand particles. Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, I'll bring. And then he went to the top of a building, and then from there he jumped into the Ganges. And from there, from the center, there is no sand now. Fresh water, sandless water for Srila Prabhupada. And then Srila Prabhupada took that water and then he belled. He said, offering accepted. Yeah. But that was his love, that he would even jump from anywhere to bring water for Srila Prabhupada. And he would say to Srila Prabhupada, we are doing book distribution, but BBT doesn't have that much books as we distribute. So BBT is staying behind us, Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada said, but you are distributing only first and second cantos. I am translating fifth canto. You are behind me, Tamal Krishna. So there is a competition between you, me and BBT. So BBT is defeated by you and I am defeating you. Let's see who wins. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada would encourage transcendental battles, competition within the devotees so that we can serve more. In fact, we got this land of Mayapur because of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Actually in Mayapur, it's all land mafia and Muslims. Very difficult to get land over there. And that to get land, huge piece of land for Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir. But who would do that? But who makes mission impossible? Mission possible. Tom Cruise? No. That's Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Tamal Krishna Maharaj makes mission impossible possible. So they were Sikh brothers, they were Muslims. And then for the whole documentation, it required 14,500 rupees around. At that time, it was a lot of money. And Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj had a special way to hide the money, because over there anybody can loot you. So he had money inside his dhoti, and then he met with this sect brothers for getting the land. But it was very difficult to get the land. Usually to sign a contract takes 1 day. But now 6 days passed. Srila Prabhupada told him that get the land for Mahaprabhu. If you do not get the land, do not come back. Now 6 days passed. Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was not there. But then to and fro, Srila Prabhupada was walking, worrying about Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. But after 6 days, the deal was done. And then he had the papers in his hand. And just like a boy proposes to a girl, I love you. Similarly, Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, he bent on his knees. He had the documents in his hand. He gave to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, the land is yours. And then Srila Prabhupada, as he heard this, the land is yours, he was stunned. He could not say anything. He said, go and take rest. That's it. We would expect appreciation. Oh, finally you have done it. You are the one. Yes, I rely on you. Mahaprabhu is so happy with you. You are a pure devotee. Nothing. He said, just go, take rest. And Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, then he took rest. And then he had, of course, this very, very successful Radha Damodar party. In Radha Damodar party, buses with deities, books, devotees traveling, preaching. From one gate, an American enters, and from other side comes a pure devotee. Shavan-headed full-timer. Radha Damodar party was super duper successful. Just to tell you the opulence of Radha Damodar party, when Los Angeles temple was opened, at that time Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj offered as a gift 108 brahmacharis to the temple. That was preaching of Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. And as I told you, that devotees, once they would come back after doing preaching and then book distribution, in the evening Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj would cook for them halwa prasadam, lugdu, the laddus for them. He would cook for them with the feeling that I am servant of the servant. That was his feeling. But yes, Radha Damodar party was super duper successful. And who leaves a success story? But Srila Prabhupada asked him, I gave you Radha Damodar party, now I am taking it back from you. Now you have to go to China. Now such a difficult zone. Srila Prabhupada said China would be the last country where Lord Chaitanya's mercy would arrive. But they would be the first one to get delivered because they are so sincere. That's why. But who saw the seed of bhakti in China? That's Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. Very, very dangerous place. In Constitution of China, it is mentioned China is an atheistic country. In their constitution, it is written. So such a difficult zone to preach. But Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, he went there, he started preaching there. And this way, of course, then ISKCON Maharaj is carrying forward the succession of preaching in China. Now we'll be happy to know we have 1,25,000 devotees in China now. But who sowed the seed of that preaching in China? Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. Very difficult zone to preach. China. To preach in India is easy because people are naturally religious. Of course, now also it is becoming difficult for various reasons. But China is such a difficult place. So only Buddhism could survive because it is an atheistic philosophy. So that's why it could survive. But otherwise, nobody can do anything. But Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj, he started preaching in China. And then he had such personal connection with his disciples. One of the Mataji, her name was Kīrtana Mataji. She was a very expert nurse, but somehow she fell sick. She was an elderly lady. Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj lifted her in his arms and took to hospital. Very, very personal action. It had one devotee, his name was Dharmaraj Das. Somehow while moving, he hit the flower vase, it fell to the ground. He said, yeah, actually servant Das of Yamaraj is a bull. You are actually a bull. He told his disciple. Once on his Vyas Puja day, one disciple was reading his Vyas Puja offering. Sometimes devotees read, my dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Since the time you come in my life. La 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 ba 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 ba. So this one devotee was reciting Vyas Puja offering and Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj was sitting and he was reciting, my dear Guru Maharaj, thank you so much for coming in my life. My sincerest gratitude to you. And then Maharaj said, stop. This is not the way to offer Vyas Puja offering. Just like a boy proposes to a girl, he never reads, since the time you have come in my life has been brightened by your shine. Thank you for your love. Oh, baby. Who reads? He just expresses, the roses are red, the sky is blue. Oh, my darling, I love you. This is the way you should express your love for your Guru. Don't read Vyas Puja offering. Speak from your heart. And then devotee said, okay. And then, so none of the devotee at that time, especially in that function, none of them dared to read their Vyas Puja offering. They should speak out from their heart because it's a matter of love and gratitude. So it should come from the heart. And then Maharaj, of course, when he left his body, so his body has become very stiff, because of this custom and transferring of the body. So body became quite stiff. So usually when samadhi is being given, so samadhi is given, the devotee is sitting. Like we see Srila Prabhupada's samadhi, Srila Prabhupada is sitting. Actually. But his body was lying, posture. So this way he was given samadhi. When Rameshwar Prabhu, when he was making, he designed Mayapur temple. So everyone could see that everything is well planned. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was still thoughtful. He said, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, what are you thinking? He said, I am thinking that we have got a place for the Panchatattva deities. Wonderful, Radha Madhav, that's wonderful. We also got a place for Samadhi for Srila Prabhupada. But we sannyasis would also not stay, we are not immortals. We would also leave our bodies. We should also have place for samadhis of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Everyone said, Jai, Jai. And then they got a place for the sannyasis. But the disciples, they decided that we should have his place next to Srila Prabhupada's samadhi because he's an associate of Srila Prabhupada. So he got his samadhi there. But his samadhi was given with the posture that he is lying down, like that. And usually he would carry one locket. And often devotees had this doubt, what is the locket which Tamal Krishna Maharaj wears around his neck? And then once he opened the locket, there was a very unique kind of piece. So devotee asked, Gurudev, what is this? He said, this is one of the tooth of Srila Prabhupada. And I always keep this tooth of Srila Prabhupada with me as a blessing of Srila Prabhupada. And that this is my desire, that when my body would be given samadhi, please give samadhi to this tooth as well. That I am always here with Srila Prabhupada. So that means when we go and have darshan of Tamal Krishna Maharaj samadhi in Mayapur Dham, at that time we are having two samadhi darshan. We are having darshan of the samadhi of Tamal Krishna Maharaj as well as Danta samadhi of Srila Prabhupada as well. That's the thing. He said that if I leave my body anywhere in the world, then give my samadhi in Vrindavan. In case if I leave my body in Mayapur, then my samadhi should be in Mayapur. So of course, as all of us know that unfortunately he left us in Mayapur Dham because of some accident. So then his samadhi was given in Mayapur Dham. And he also wanted that around my samadhi there should be a good space, so that in future when my disciples would leave body, they should also have samadhi near my samadhi, because my disciples are mine forever. So that's why even after this life, they should continue to be with me. So their samadhi should also be there with me. That was his desire. Okay. And then he would also would travel and would stop at that place. You have seen one place where there is one garden of mango trees where Srila Prabhupada used to have prasadam. He would often stop there and have prasadam, like that. So in this way, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he lived a very, very extraordinary life. He gave us so much. So many devotees, they take inspiration from him. They have taken inspiration from him. And we continue to take inspiration from his life. Srila Prabhupada was the ideal spiritual master. But what does that mean to be ideal disciple? We can learn from the life of Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who loved Srila Prabhupada. Actually, during final days of Srila Prabhupada, when he had the desire to do Govardhan Parikrama, Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, no, Srila Prabhupada, you can't do this. Seeing your health, we can't allow you. So Loknath Maharaj party, they were saying, no, we should allow. That's his final desire, so we should allow him. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, no. And then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, whatever Tamal Krishna Maharaj is saying, we should go by that. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, Srila Prabhupada, the way you deal with us, you simply increase our love for you more and more. But yes, he was very, very dear to Srila Prabhupada. And as I mentioned that ISKCON is there with us because of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Otherwise, Mathura Mohan Day had this case against ISKCON and we had lost this case. ISKCON would not have been there with us. It would have been with Mathura Mohan Day. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj won the case when he fought on behalf of ISKCON And in this way, we got ISKCON back. And Mathura Mohan also congratulated him. He was a genius, undefeated. He was very successful as a businessman. He's a biological son. But here is an example that in biological succession, in spiritual succession, which would be victorious? Spiritual succession. So he was the spiritual successor of Srila Prabhupada. Mathura Mohan was a biological successor of Srila Prabhupada. So on his divine disappearance day, we pay millions of obeisances at his lotus feet, that he may grant us pure devotional service. He is eternally residing in Mayapur Dham. He is also residing here in Giriraj Govardhan. And may he bless us so that we may have pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So you can read a detailed biography of Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj from servant of the servant. But in this autobiography, there is less glorification description about him. There is more glorification about Srila Prabhupada. So you can read this book. My Final Days is also an amazing book. TKG Diary. You can read these books by Srila Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj. Ki Jai. Tirubhakti Maha Mahotsav Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vik Kṛṣṇa Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Chaya Vegadami, Chaya Dosha Shodhi, Chaya Guna Deho Dase. Chaya Vegadami, Chaya Dosha Shodhi, Chaya Guna Deho Dase. Chaya Satsanga Dehoe Amare Boshachi Sanger Ashe. Loudly. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Tada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhanvitascha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripadhe Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Naine Nabhave Namaha Madhrujwala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Deenatarine रूपानुगम विरुद्धापम सिद्धांता ध्वांतहारिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भा रसांगोधे पादांबुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगम वरायते गौर विभाव भूमिस्त्वं निर्दिष्टा सज्जन प्रियः वैष्णव सार्वभौमः श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते जयतां सुतो पंगो मंद मतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्भोजो राधा मदन मोहन दिव्या वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद् रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटा तटस्थितः कर्षणवेणु सुनिर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रेष्ठनः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासानी गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामिन् इति नामिने पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि। Once again, Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Tamal Krishna Gosvāmī Iti Namine Pushpanjalim Samarpayami. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Tamal Krishna Gosvāmī Iti Namine Pushpanjalim Samarpayami. Maharaj. Maharaj ji ki.
What?
Balasama Prabhuji, would you like to lead Kirtan Prabhuji?
Mataji can make space. Guru Maharaj will.
हाँ और अंदर का है या बाहर का है? निकल दो निकल दो। हाँ निकल दो तो साइड में रख दीजिए तो मैं ले लूँगा नहीं तो।
आपको सब ठीक है। प्रभु आपका नाम?
सौम्य।
सौम्य।
हमारा चले जाएंगे अभी क्या?
हाँ।
पसंद नहीं भाई?
नहीं।
दे रहे हैं ना उधर।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Gopal Govinda Tamal Krishna Gosvāmī Maharaj K. Srila Prabhupada K. Back home, back to Godhead K. Sri Brajdam K. Jai Jai Sri Giriraj Maharaj K. Jai Jai Sri Radhesham K. Goprim 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 Ananda.
Hari Hari.